Hey folks, AJ the CEO here, and we're doing something a little bit different today. I am here at one of my friend's houses that is being built. He's also a YouTuber, went to high school with him, went to college with him, and we're installing, wiring up the house so that he can have a studio there in his house. So let me get in here, and ooh, that wind just hit. I had my thermals on because again, obviously the house is not done, but I want to get in here. We're going to be wiring up some stuff. Actually, let me take you and let me show you. I got my boots for the mud and everything here as well too. But let me flip you around. All right, round two, because he actually called me because I was supposed to be here at 10, but hey, you know we get here early. It is actually 15 minutes to 9. But anyway, what I was saying is this area is a mudroom, and what he wants to do is centralize all of the connections there. And let me get up here. So he wants this area to be kind of like a small media room, which is most likely going to have a video switcher, like an ATEM, a screen on the wall, and this is going to be a centralized location. Now, again, what I'm noticing in a bunch of these houses is there is no like type of centralized area for the wiring. So they have all the coax ran over there. I don't know why that's there. They're not running anything in the walls, nothing. So that's what we're going to handle. So we got this right here. This is going to be the centralized location. But as you can see, it's wide open. I have a straight shot. And this is going to be the kitchen. So we have this straight shot right there coming all the way over here. We're going to bring over here and we're going to put a PTZ camera here. And we're gonna put a HDMI jack and Ethernet jack here. We're gonna put another one over here somewhere. We're gonna put another one here. Another jack over here. Another jack, and when I say jacks, it's gonna be both of those cables for HDMI and Ethernet. This is his office. I'm gonna put a jack right there, one right here, one right there. Now the purpose, and then this is his other office. That's the interview office. This is his work office. We're also gonna put some other jacks here. Now the thing is, I don't know if you've noticed, there's nothing here for any type of networking, anything. It's just Romex and nothing else. So that's the stuff that we're gonna do now. And like I said, it's coax here, but that's it. So, and I gotta widen that hole. But we're gonna run Ethernet cables. I was telling him that, and I haven't been upstairs, we may come up here and run some network stuff. Because again, at this phase with the walls being open, it is so easy to run extra cables. And this is what I always recommend as well too, to put networking cables in different parts of the building and keep everything wired up, as well as even for like security cameras outside, access points for internet, all this other fun stuff. So it's very nice to do some CSAA ministry, but it's open. So bathroom, I don't know if this is an entertainment area or a master bedroom. No, it can't be because there's no door going out into anything. Probably another, and this is probably the master back here. Yeah, because then there's a door going there. So right now my work is relegated to everything downstairs, but my mindset is that space, that where that media is about right here somewhere. Actually, no. It's more about back right here somewhere. So finding a path to go up, and it's very easy to drill holes here now because they can always come in and fix this stuff. I'm just noticing the plumbing and stuff like that because again, I'm having an issue plumbing where I'm at. So just seeing how people are doing this here. And he's managing this. I think he's the not the contractor, but the what's the word I'm looking for? Project manager for his house, because he does real estate. But anyway, let me get my coat, because it's a lot colder in here than I thought. And we're just gonna start wiring stuff up. Again, I just got 1,000 feet of Cat 6. Got a bunch of low voltage boxes here that I can screw into the walls. We're gonna measure off everything, keep it level with everything else. I don't feel this, I mean, this is not even, I mean, this is a one-day job, but I'm not gonna be here all day. So let me bring my tools in, my ladder, and I'm gonna get to work. All right, so item number 1, we're gonna have this stuff fished over here. And I have a double gang box here that we're gonna use. And just gotta find the right placement for this. I'm most likely probably gonna come through right there. We're gonna drill a hole through there and fish all our cables here. So this is sitting right here. And we want this to where everything can be fished through. So that like the table is right here. So I might actually flip it this way. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. And then we just start from there. Now this one doesn't matter about me being lined up, because I just want this to have a clear path to make it easy for these cables to come out from here. So I'm gonna do that right there. And then all the other boxes, we're gonna put them at level. The ones that are gonna be low, which are gonna be over there and there. Now the mindset is, I'm putting these cables in jacks on the wall so that technically any type of camera can be plugged into it, an HDMI camera. I was thinking about doing SDI, but I don't believe Chris is gonna be using any of those type of cameras. All the cameras that he's using are HDMI based. So we're putting fiber HDMIs everywhere to run that connection, and it's just gonna be a jack, so any camera can be plugged in. I'm telling him about PTZs. I've recently been doing a lot of videos about them, so we're gonna put a PTZ up there and with Ethernet, so he doesn't have to worry about getting an electrician to get back over here to run power for anything. So at every location here, we're gonna have a network jack that's connected to a PoE switch, as well as a fiber HDMI cable. So that should suffice for any type of camera that he decides to use. And worst case scenario, I mean, we always could convert the SDI to HDMI if we needed to. But let me get my tools, let's knock this out, and then let's drill a hole in here. And we will go from there. All right, so we have all of our pass-throughs there. 2, 3. I don't have my ladder up here to hang this one, but it's probably gonna be right here on that floor joist right there, that engineered I-beam. One right there, one right there, one right there, and then the other one right there. Now there are 2 other places. This coax is already here. I'm gonna run another coax here through that box. And then there's one behind the TV. I'm gonna do that as well. And when Chris gets here, we'll talk about if he wants to run this stuff somewhere else, because there's another one right there on the other side of here. Guess this is a guest bedroom on the first floor, because we have this other coax jack right there. So a lot of this is talking about maybe having an extra Ethernet cable there just for access points in the ceiling. So I have enough cable. I might actually just do that. So that would be like me running the cable over here, up here somewhere, so it's centralized. So it'll get a good wide open area. Wi-Fi will be available here. And then maybe 2 access points down here will work, and then 1 upstairs. Because again, y'all know me, I like Wi-Fi for like phones and tablets, but everything else I like to have a hardline connection. So now that I got that, we have to drill through these so that we can run through these 2x6s so that we can get up through the wall. Because all of this, since this is the garage right on the other side of this, I need to make sure I'm going directly up to get through there. So let me get my ladder up here. And there is power, but I think it's only out in the garage. So I need to get my drill so we can get through that. So let's do that, and then we're gonna start running some cable. All right, so we hit an impasse, mainly because my drill died, and I thought he had power here just for the people doing work, and he does not. So my drill is not strong enough. My battery powered one and my impact one is not strong enough to get through there. But I was making holes here to feed through. So we got all the way to this one, and that's when my drill died. So we got paths over here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more that we need to drill through, which would be the main runway for where all the cables are going to be done, at least to right there. And most likely I'm gonna have to run this almost all the way down here, to be quite honest, to find my path. So I'm gonna come over here, and actually I might not need to, because they already have these holes for these coaxes here, and it's big enough, because all I'm running in this part is an Ethernet jack. So I'm still gonna have to get over here in some way, shape, or form, because that jack is gonna be right here, and I need to get up over some way. I just gotta get to right here. This should be fine, because I don't like how when they drill these holes this small, but I should be able to squeeze another Ethernet cable through there. So what I'm gonna do is at least do that. Chris is on the way here. He has an extension he can connect off from a neighbor, so I'll be able to get my powered drill, and we can go through these top caps and then drill through everything else. The only issue is my drill is too big to fit in between these, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that part. Alrighty, long productive day. My drill bit, I don't have the right one to cut through here, so that's gonna be for there. We're gonna cut through there, come straight across, and then feed back to there. We already have jacks here, one in the ceiling, one over there. Again, I need a drill bit that's gonna cut through that. Mine is not long enough. We got almost all of the jacks done. We need to do another Ethernet in the ceiling for an access point, another one right there. I pulled an extra cable by mistake, but I think that's what I'm gonna repurpose for the camera over there. So this is an extra cable that I didn't need to pull. That one is here, that one is here again. We gotta be able to drill. So I was drilling through there, but again, my bit was not long enough to go through. So that's what I'm gonna get so that we can do that. Run an Ethernet cable from here. We got our main path there. You see our cables there. And everything's here. We're gonna get a C clamp, not a C clamp, but yeah, I think it's a C clamp. But anyway, we're gonna screw that in to secure the cables up there, so we have more than enough space. This is a bunch of extra that I need to pull from here, and we took this out and put another one lower because Chris wanted this lower because the cabinet's gonna be here. So they want all of this to be hidden. This cable, I think I got enough slack on it. I need to make a longer one. Worst case scenario, I would just pull another cable completely. So as much as I wanted to have everything done in one day, that did not work. So we're gonna be back here as early as possible tomorrow. And depending, I might also run an Ethernet cable upstairs, just so that I can have a line. That way we can bridge off of that instead of trying to run to all the other rooms. Yeah, and I think that's about it. So let me get on the road and then we'll be back tomorrow. All right, day 2, folks. And it's gonna be the last day here, but I got some other tools. First thing I'm gonna do is put a box up here for that. Get my drill bit, cut the holes through here, fish all the cables that I need, and then start punching through the seam so that we can get all the extra cables here, clamp down these cables, get this through, and then we are at a wrap. I was feeling warm, but let me go back and get my coat until I get warmed up from moving all around. But let's go ahead and finish knocking the rest of this stuff out. I ended up getting a different hole saw. Where's it at? I know I put it in here. There you go. So I ended up getting something like this. So, and then I'm gonna put it on my extension, cut through, and I make sure all of my batteries are charged. So hopefully we'll be able to plow through this. I will get my power drill to get through this, but let's go ahead, and then I'm gonna run some new holes, so I can get the other Ethernet all the way over here. And I'm probably gonna run another cable in the ceiling that will feed upstairs like I talked about yesterday. So let's get to work. Alrighty, very, very, very productive. We got our cables taken care of. We got here. I just finished drilling the last hole right here. We're gonna run cable straight up through there, straight across to the path that we already have, and loop back here. We got all the cables, got a whole lot of extra, so I'm glad it's a cabinet right here. This is 150 foot because I was short. All I had was 50s based off of what we ordered originally, but because of some of the turns, I ended up eating up a bunch of my distance. And I wanted a continuous run. So this other cable that I was pulling back, I hope I can repurpose this, and this will be the one that comes straight over into that area. Then I need to run one more Ethernet cable. And then over here, the TV, we're going to fish a cable up through here, run all the way right here. And thankfully, see, we already have a path. So we're just gonna run that extra cable there, and I'm actually gonna run 2 now that I think about it, because we're gonna do another access point over here somewhere. So I'm probably gonna punch these cables up to about right here. And now I'll have that cable in this path right here for an access point. And since I'm technically done with down here, I'm probably gonna go ahead and run another cable up here to upstairs. So, and that's just a punch down, run that across, and then we're good to go. Alrighty folks, we are up here. We have finished. I got hole cut for going downstairs. We pulled 2 cables. One is gonna stay here. The other one, Chris was saying that they messed up the install. This is actually supposed to be storage. So all of this is gonna be removed. And what I'm gonna do is fish another cable over and just let it live over here, so that if we ever have to come back and do other cables, we would just go up in the crawl space, find the interior wall, and most likely I'll put like a 24, 16 port switch over here so that we can run new connections over here. We got 2 lines, excuse me, going downstairs. So that's for redundancy, and we should be good to go. So I'm just gonna get my ladder, pull this cable up through that hole right there. And the good thing is I don't have to tack nothing down. I'm gonna come up and away from that power. So I'm probably gonna come straight up here and then cut over, and then we'll be good to go. Alrighty, we're all done. I didn't have another box, but I know that if it's inside the wall, we can get to that. And we got that cable strung over with a bunch of cable left over, so that when this is made into a storage area, we'll be good for there. And I think that is about it. So again, big thank you to Chris for trusting me to do this with his new house. Like I said, known Chris since high school. We were in marching band together and concert band and all that other good stuff. And then we also went to Hampton University together. So again, appreciate it. I will tag his channel on here if anybody's interested in some real estate info, selling houses, flipping houses, renting out houses. That's what he does. And I think that is about it. Now, technically, don't get any ideas. I did this for a friend. Right now, I currently am not in a position to actually do this more often for like residential stuff. But like I said, did this for a friend. And that's about it. So if you like this type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos. Not modernizing media ministry, but doing other stuff like this. Link is down below to every single thing that I did used for this, as well as the future stuff that we're going to come back and install when we're done. So anyway, folks, this is AJ. We'll catch you later.